So hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today's video is the big one. It's my birthday haul of stuff that I got given as gifts, like movie wise and other miscellaneous bits, and then the stuff that I've spent my money on after my birthday, which is a lot. So I will put a quick disclaimer before I start the video. I am in no way bragging about anything that I've picked up or been gifted. I'm appreciative of everything that I've been given or subsequently bought. So yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way. And yeah, let's get on with the video. So I'm going to start off with the miscellaneous things that I've either picked up or been given. The first thing is a Funko Pop. Now this Funko Pop was exclusive to Smith's Toy Superstore, and his name is Oscar. Now Oscar is someone that attended Great Ormond Street Hospital and was in there for quite a while and come out, and because he really appreciated what the hospital done for him, he raised a load of money for the subsequent hospital, Great Ormond Street. Yeah, and he then got a Funko Pop made about him. Now, what's ironic and convenient about this is that I was actually in Great Ormond Street, so when I saw that this pop had some connection with Great Ormond Street and that the proceeds of the money that you was paying for the Funko Pop would go to Great Ormond Street, I just had to get it. So that is Oscar, that is the Funko Pop, and yeah, it's really cool. And then also I went to Forbidden Planet yesterday and FOP, and I picked up this because I just couldn't walk away without it. This is a 8-inch action figure called Legends, and it is one of my favourite men or celebrities in history, and that is Mr. Stan Lee, the creator of, well, we can all agree, he's the creator of Marvel. He's the creator of some of our favourite comic book superhero characters of all time, most notably Spider-Man, which is the pose he's put in there. I adore this figure. I think it was £15. I just couldn't walk out the shop without not picking it up, so I decided to get it, and I think it's very cool, and I will not be taking it out of the box. So yeah, that's this Stan Lee Legends 8-inch action figure. And then I did pick up one book. This was £5 from one of my favourite TV shows of all time, starring one of my favourite actors of all time, and he is my favourite actor to play this role, and this is the Doctor Who 10th Doctor Archives. David Tennant, my favourite modern Doctor, and I just couldn't pass this for £5. This is a really thick book. It's a graphic novel. I'll just show you some pages from the book. Got some really nice artwork in it, and this was originally £20 and went down to £5 in the sale, and once I saw it I just had to get it. So that is the Doctor Who Archives of the 10th Doctor. Now we will move on to the physical media. First up isn't a movie or TV show, it is a game that I got as a present, and it is Outriders. This is very much like the first Destiny game, which is my favourite game of all time. This was a recommendation from Alex Pitt, Alex's Movie Corner, who recommended this game to me and said it's great. And I said, well, I enjoyed the first Destiny game, is it anything much like that? And he said yes. So I instantly knew that I had to get it at some point, and someone asked me what I wanted for my birthday. I said this, and luckily I got it because I've been working my way through this game. I'm almost done, and I'm absolutely loving it. So that is Outriders. You can't use the code because I've already redeemed it, but there it is. And it's a really fun game that I highly recommend. Next, we will move on to the TV shows. This was another present that I got gifted for my birthday, but I had to wait until yesterday to actually get it. That is Doctor Who The Collection, Season 24, the debut season of Sylvester McCoy. I know that many people have done unboxings of this, and I didn't because I had to wait to get it. And I won't be now, but it is beautiful. I really love that artwork. And then you open it up and you get a picture of the Doctor. I forget her name. I haven't watched through this part of Doctor Who yet, and it unfolds. You get a pamphlet for some reason. You get a really, really thick book. Which is really, really nice. Obviously, as you open that bit up, it is the interior of the certain Doctor's TARDIS. On the first disc, you have the episode. This is part 1 of Time and the Rani. And then you have disc 2, if I can get it out, which is Time and the Rani part 2. Don't worry, it's not Time and the Rani part 3. This is Paradise Towers part 1. Guess what's next? Any guesses? No? Okay. Just me. These discs are really hard to flip open, but it is Paradise Towers part 2. We've then got Delta and the Bannerman part 1. There's a lot of parts to this series. Delta and the Bannerman part 2. And then we've got Dragonfire part 1. There, sorry, that was really awkward. And then on the next disc you've got part 2. But behind the part 2 disc, I don't know if you can see that well, you have Sylvester McCoy there. This, as again I reiterate, this is his debut as Doctor Who. I've never watched any Sylvester McCoy before, so this will be very interesting to sit down and watch. And I am really, really getting into more of the like 80s, 70s to 80s to 90s classic Doctor Who more than the 60s. But yeah, that is Doctor Who The Collection season 24. Really, really nice set. This was a pickup that I had recently delivered. Well, I delivered today. I got a lot of stuff off Amazon. And this is Line of Duty, the complete series, one of my favourite TV shows of all time. I won't show you all the cases, but they are all like this. So you get series 1 to 2, then in the other cases you get 3 to 4 and 5 to 6. And then you get discs for each series. And I believe this is the first time this TV show has all been out on Blu-ray. I believe that it was only series 5 and 6 that were released individually on Blu-ray before this complete collection came out. But this is series 1 to 6 of Line of Duty. Next up is another present that I was gifted, a TV show that I've just started delving into and I'm enjoying so far. It is very funny, and that is the complete series of Red Dwarf. I haven't picked up the movie or the limited series, but this does come with a bonus disc, and as you can see there, 2 big digipacks. I believe there's 11 series in total. I want to say 10 or 11. But yeah, really, really funny so far. And yeah, hopefully I enjoy the rest of it. I won't get it all out because I don't want this video to be hours long. So yeah, that was the TV show portion. Now we move on to the movies. First up, we have The Accountant. Now this is about Ben Affleck's character, who is an autistic accountant. By day, by night is a hitman, an assassin, and this is a very, very good film. It's got a great cast: Ben Affleck, Anna Kendrick, J.K. Simmons, John Lithgow, Jeffrey Tambor, and John Bernthal. Really, really good movie. Not that long. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes, so it's a very simple movie to follow and really, really good. That's The Accountant. Next up we have a DC animated movie, one of their newest ones, which I was very, very excited to watch and to get, and that is Justice Society World War II. This is what the Justice League would be like if they were put into the situation of being in World War II. I love these DC animated movies. This is the one before Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1, and which I loved, so hopefully I'll like this. And it does also include the special features of the adventures in storytelling of Justice Society World War II, a sneak peek look at Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1, plus from the vault of 2 bonus cartoons, and also the DC showcase short of Commander the Last Boy on Earth. So really looking forward to watching Justice Society World War II, one of DC's newest animated movies. Next up is probably one that a lot of people will be asking or questioning why I actually picked this up. One reason is I enjoyed this movie for what it was. Yes, the story had holes. Yes, the characters were wacky. Yes, it was very cheesy, but I enjoy the games. And for what the movie was, I enjoyed it. And I also know that my dad wanted to watch it, so I didn't want to go straight for the 4K. I decided to get the Blu-ray, just so it would be easier. And that is 2021 or 2020's Mortal Kombat. I know a lot of people don't like this movie. I found enjoyment in it. I found it very fun. It was very cheesy, very over the top at times. As I say again, the story had a lot of holes, but for what it was, for someone who's a fan of the games, and for someone who's not a fan of the 90s movies, this was an improvement on that. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. Next up, we have some CEX pickups. This was £1 from CEX, directed by my favourite director of all time, Martin Scorsese, and starring Leonardo DiCaprio, one of my favourite actors of all time, and that is Shutter Island. As I say again, this was £1. This is one Martin Scorsese movie I've never seen. Martin Scorsese hasn't let me down yet, so hopefully he doesn't let me down with this movie. Yeah, as I say, Leo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese, great pairing. Hopefully I enjoy this movie. And for £1 in CEX, I can't really turn it down. This was £2.50 in CEX. I'd never watched this before I picked it up. Glad I have, because this movie is incredible. I haven't watched the director's cut yet. I have watched the theatrical cut. This is a biopic on the very controversial group, the NWA. I'm not going to say their full name. I don't want to get killed. But it is the movie Straight Outta Compton. This is obviously a biopic about the life of the Compton group, the NWA, which has Dr. Dre, one of the most famous producers and artists of all time, Eazy-E, who could have been one of the best vocalists of all time, had he not sadly contracted AIDS and passed away at a very young age. I think he was 31. Ice Cube, who is now an actor and is a great musician, great rapper, and also a pretty good actor. MC Ren, who I didn't know much about before watching this movie, and his involvement with the NWA, and DJ Yella, who was another producer for the NWA, who was great as well, who hasn't done much in the same vein as Dr. Dre, but still has a very good following. And that movie is Straight Outta Compton. I highly recommend you go and watch this if you're a fan of biopics in general, and a fan of the NWA if you haven't already seen it, because it is a very fantastic watch. And we have a box set of some J.J. Abrams movies that I've never watched before. I will watch the original. I think it's 10 or 13 movies that have come before this that are based on the same thing but not connected. And it is J.J. Abrams' Star Trek trilogy with Chris Pine. This is Star Trek, Star Trek Into Darkness, and Star Trek Beyond. All three are quite long movies. You got the first movie is 127 minutes long, 2 hours and 7 minutes. Star Trek Into Darkness is 132 minutes long, which is 2 hours and 12 minutes. And then you've got Star Trek Beyond, which is the shortest of the trilogy, which is 2 hours and 2 minutes. I'll just show you Star Trek Into Darkness, and Star Trek Beyond. As I say again, never watched any of these movies. I do like J.J. Abrams. He didn't do fantastic with the sequel Star Wars trilogy. Less said on that, the better. But I'm intrigued about these movies, and one of them does have Zoe Saldana in it. I don't know if the others do. And also, Benedict Cumberbatch is the villain for the second movie. So really, really hoping I like these. And I may eventually upgrade to the 4Ks and get the movies that were previous to it. And that is J.J. Abrams' Star Trek trilogy. Now, the last couple of bits left, I have one Criterion and the rest are 4K. I believe I have about 14 4Ks, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. My maths is always wrong. But I'll start with the Criterion. My third Criterion, and it is Wes Anderson's Grand Budapest Hotel. Not Hotel. Hotel. The Grand Budapest Hotel. This is one Wes Anderson movie I've not watched yet. Really, really nice outer packaging. And inside it does come with a poster, which is the front cover for the Criterion, and then on the other side is the inside artwork when you actually open the Criterion up. It's a very, very nice poster. I wish it was landscape rather than portrait, although I might have got that wrong. I don't know what way around, but it's a really nice poster, and yeah, I'll probably put it up. And you also do get a very, very thick, you get 2 books. You get the Romantic Poetry, Volume 1, which I don't know what that is, but it's obviously going to have something to do with the movie, which is probably why I don't know what it is. I folded that all wrong, but anyway. Yeah, that's the Romantic Poetries, and you do get a really, really thick book. And finally, I've got to it eventually, a Grand Budapest Hotel disc, which I'm really, really, really looking forward to watching. I know a lot of people love this Wes Anderson movie. Hopefully I will do too, because my favourite at the minute of his is, I want to say Bottle Rocket, I think is my favourite of his so far. But I know this is a lot of people's favourites of Wes Anderson, so hopefully I will be in the same vein by the time I do watch it. I know it's on Disney Plus, but I just decided to get the Criterion while I had the money, and that is for the Grand Budapest Hotel. Now we move on to the 4Ks finally, and there is, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 4Ks. I'll let that sink in for a second. 19 4Ks. And there is only one here without a slipcover. There's 2 box sets. The rest are individual 4Ks. Majority of them are upgrades. Some are a couple of movies I've never seen before. So I'll just get on. First one up is a Ridley Scott movie with Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe, and that is American Gangster. I've heard the transfer on this is really good. I've heard the sound is a bit iffy, but I listen to my 4Ks or any movie in general or TV show through headphones, so the sound really doesn't matter to me. It matters about the picture quality. And I've also heard the extended cut is the best way to watch this, and I think you only get the extended cut through the 4K, and it is 20 minutes longer, so 3 hours long. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to watching this. Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington, 2 great actors. Ridley Scott, a fantastic director. So hopefully I'll enjoy this transfer and enjoy the movie. That is American Gangster. I will be doing subsequent reviews for each movie. This movie I have seen, and I do love. This includes the 4K, the 3D, and the Blu-ray of, I believe this is a James Cameron movie, Alita Battle Angel. I almost said Avatar then, because it does say from the producers of Avatar. But this is Alita Battle Angel. As I say, it comes with the 4K, the Blu-ray 3D, and the Blu-ray. And yeah, this is a fantastic movie. Great sci-fi movie. Really, really enjoyable. Just Not that long either, I believe it's 2 hours. But there's your 4K disc, your Blu-ray and your 3D. I wished that the 4K format would be released like this all the time, with the 4K, the 3D and the Blu-ray, instead of having to buy the Blu-ray and then if you like the film and like the picture quality and want to know what the 4K looks like, then upgrading to the 4K. But yeah, they should just do this all the time. Put the 4K, the 3D and the Blu-ray in it, and then just, if you want to get the DVD for some reason, get the DVD. But yeah, it may cost you a little bit more, but this is the way I'd do it. But that's Alita Battle Angel, a fantastic movie that I'm really looking forward to seeing what it looks like in 4K. Next up, we have a classic war movie. I do have the limited edition version of this that I got in a sale on Zavvi, which includes the theatrical cut, the Redux cut, and the Hearts of Darkness documentary. This includes the Hearts of Darkness documentary, but this is the final cut of the movie, which I've heard is the best way to watch it, and that is Apocalypse Now, a Francis Ford Coppola movie, starring Martin Sheen, and this movie is a fantastic war movie that everyone needs to watch. It is quite long. I believe it's about 3 hours from what I can remember. Yeah, about that. And very, very enjoyable. 3 hours and 3 minutes. It flies by. And as it says on the back there from Roger Ebert, the Chicago Sun-Times, one of the greatest movies of all time. And he's not wrong. Apocalypse Now is fantastic. You must watch it, and you must watch the final. I've not watched the final cut, but I'm pretty sure this will be the best way to watch the film. So you get the Blu-ray of the final cut, you get the Heart of Darkness documentary, and the 4K. Really, really excited to watch this movie again. Really excited to see what the final cut's like. And as I say again, everything that I've picked up here or subsequently been gifted, there will be reviews out for. That is Apocalypse Now on 4K. Next up, we move into the Bs. Now, I do have the iconic moments for this, which I won't be getting rid of, but I decided to upgrade it to 4K because I've had the second movie on 4K for ages, and that is Blade Runner, Ridley Scott's Blade Runner, 2 Ridley Scott movies, and Harrison Ford's amazing in this film. It's directed brilliantly by Ridley Scott, and yeah, I don't think I can part with the iconic moments because I do love that edition. But this comes with the Blu-ray and the 4K, and apparently this looks stunning. The final cut is the best way to watch the film. There is the 4K and the very boring Blu-ray disc, and the special features for this is an introduction by Ridley Scott and 3 filmmaker commentaries, including one by the man himself, Ridley Scott. Yeah, this is a fantastic sci-fi movie. I do slightly prefer this to the sequel, 2049, but I think 2049 is a great sequel by Denis Villeneuve, and this one will stand the test of time as one of the best sci-fi movies ever. That is Blade Runner, the final cut. Next up, this was £10 with any purchase, and I had to get this. I've heard the transfer is amazing. I've seen the film. The film's great. It's one of It is Marvel's first live-action movie, and that is Blade with Wesley Snipes. I watched a Wesley Snipes movie last night, New Jack City, where Wesley Snipes played the main character. He was brilliant in that. He's brilliant in this. I've heard the 4K transfer is stunning. And to get it for £10, I couldn't really leave it there. This is a newer 4K release by Warner Brothers. The 4K and Blu-ray discs. They might be plain, but I actually really like that red disc. This movie is the best of the trilogy. It always will be. The second one is really still quite good. The third one isn't that great, but it does have Ryan Reynolds in it. This is 2 hours long, and it goes by really, really quickly. And Wesley Snipes, as I say again, is brilliant in this. And yeah, well worth the pickup for £10. and that is Blade. Next up, we have one of, if not my favourite trilogy of all time. A lot of people don't rate the third movie. I really enjoy the third movie. The first one is an absolute classic and is my favourite of the trilogy, and one of my personal favourite movies of all time. I know it's Alex Pitt's favourite movie of all time. The second one is really, really good. The third one is a bit iffy, but I still really, really enjoy it. And it is, of course, the Back to the Future trilogy on 4K. Really, really happy to have this. This comes with 6 discs, 3 4Ks, 3 Blu-rays, and a bonus disc. I'll show you the inside of it. The inside artwork is really nice. So you've got, where is it? So you've got Back to the Future there, Back to the Future Part 2 and Part 3, and then inside again you have the bonus disc, and then it all folds out like that. And this is a really, really nice representation for 3 fantastic movies and my favourite trilogy of all time, which is Back to the Future. And I hope to God there is never a remake of these movies, because these movies are fantastic, and I'm really excited to see what's on the bonus disc as well. Actually, I'll read out what is on it now very quickly. So you get the Hollywood Museum goes Back to the Future, the musical behind the scenes, an alternate future, the lost audition tapes. Could you survive the movies Back to the Future? The 2015 message from Doc Brown. Doc Brown saved the world. Out of Time, restoring the DeLorean. Looking Back to the Future the animated series, season 1 episode 1 and season 2 episode 1. And then the 2015 commercials of Jaws 19 trailer and the Hoverball commercial. That is Back to the Future, the complete 4K trilogy. As I say again, my favourite trilogy of all time, and some of the best movies of all time. Next up, we have a classic that I've never seen. I was going to pick up the second movie on the premium collection, but I decided not to until I'd seen the original, and that is Gremlins. Yes, I've never seen Gremlins. It's the movie from 1984, not that long either. I don't know what that noise was. 106 minutes long, so an hour and 50 minutes essentially. All I know about this movie is that the main character is called Gizmo. Some people say it's a Christmas movie, some people say it's a Halloween movie. I'm going to decide for myself, but I'm really, really looking forward to sitting down and watching this. I'll probably watch this tonight. You've got the 4K disc and the Blu-ray. As I say again, I'll probably watch this tonight, just because it's one of the movies I've been most excited to watch after getting this all. So yeah, that is 1984's Gremlins. Hoping I would like it, because it is a classic. Next up is my favourite children's movie of all time, my favourite adventure movie of all time, in front of Indiana Jones. A fantastic movie by Richard Donner, may he rest in peace, and a Steven Spielberg production, and that is the absolute 80s classic, The Goonies. One of my favourite movies of all time, my favourite children's movie. It's just so incredible what these kids get up to. I've heard the transfer isn't great, but then some people say the transfer is good. I don't care really what the transfer looks like. I just want one of my favourite movies of all time in 4K. The disc artwork, unfortunately, is exactly the same as Gremlins, with no artwork on the disc. You get a black 4K disc and a blue Blu-ray disc. But yeah, I'm really, really, really excited to watch this film again in glorious 4K. I can never get bored of this film. That's Goonies in 4K. Next up, we have a very new movie to 2021. It is the newest entry into the Monsterverse. It is probably my second favourite of the Monsterverse. behind Kong Skull Island, and that is the epic blockbuster Godzilla vs Kong. This movie was great. I really enjoyed it. The human stuff was still boring as shit. It's not very long either. 113 minutes, just shy of 2 hours. The monster action in this movie is incredibly good. The human stuff, no, they can never get the human stuff right. But it's still a very fun movie, and it really is just an epic summer blockbuster that was really enjoyable. This is the first of the MonsterVerse movies that I've got in 4K. I am hoping to upgrade the rest. But you've got the 4K disc and the Blu-ray. Really excited to watch this again. I've watched this twice now. Once when it was first released, and which I've never done a review for on the channel. I am sorry about that. And then once again, about a week or two later. That is Godzilla vs Kong. Really excited to see what this looks like on 4K. Yeah, one of my favourite monster movies of all time. Next up we have, I've never seen the second movie. Or have I? I have seen the second movie. I do slightly prefer the second movie over the first one. I don't, however, enjoy the third movie, the all-female one. No, it's not because I'm sexist. It's because it didn't have a good story to it. The characters didn't have much chemistry. And I just thought all you need is these two movies. And that is Ghostbusters 1 and 2 on 4K. This was £30 with a bonus disc. Pretty happy to have these two movies. You've got Ghostbusters. And in my opinion, the better movie, Ghostbusters 2. And then there's bonus disc. I'm not quite sure what's on the bonus disc. I have to look through it. But yeah, two fantastic movies from the 80s, 1984 and 1989. And yeah, two fantastic movies. I slightly prefer the second one over the first one. Oh, here, I'll tell you what's on the bonus disc. So you get the 35th anniversary fan commentary. You get 6 rare and newly unearthed deleted scenes, including the long requested for the determined scenes and rare unfinished teaser trailer and much more. So this really goes in depth. Really looking forward to watching these films again and on 4K and seeing what the bonus disc gives us. That's the first two Ghostbusters movies on 4K, and I'm really excited for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Next up we have a movie that I've heard is great but not worth the 4K upgrade. But I decided to get it because it was in the 2 for $30 and I was looking for something else to put in that. And this was in there. It's Will Smith, one of my favourite actors of all time, and it is I Am Legend. The only thing I know from this film is the scene about the dog. And I won't ruin that for people who haven't seen the film. But you get the theatrical version of this in the film, and you get the alternate ending version as well. It's a really nice release. 4K and the Blu-ray. I know the 4K Steelbook's just been released on Zavvi. I didn't really like the artwork for it, so I just went with the standard 4K of I Am Legend. Really excited to watch that. Next up we have a Rian Johnson movie. I believe this is a sci-fi movie. I've never seen it. Bruce Willis, Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Emily Blunt. Fantastic cast. This is a new release to 4K, and that is Looper. I've heard this is one of his best movies. My favourite movie of his is Knives Out, and in my opinion his movie from the sequel Star Wars trilogy is the best. But there is your 4K disc, the same artwork as the front cover, and then you get the Blu-ray disc, which is the artwork for the Blu-ray cover. I'm looking forward to watching this film. I do like Rian Johnson. I've not seen many of his films, but from the ones that I have seen, I've enjoyed. This isn't very long either. An hour and 2 hours with another bonus runtime with special features of another hour and 13 minutes, and that is Looper on 4K. We're almost done, guys, almost done. Next up we have Pacific Rim, a fantastic robot movie. I won't show the art, the inside of the discs. I'm just going to go through the movies quickly. Pacific Rim, a great robot movie. I haven't seen the sequel, even though I've heard it's quite bad, but I do want to watch it just to see if I enjoy it. I last saw this when it was released on Blu-ray, and I still enjoyed it, so hopefully I'll enjoy the 4K upgrade and enjoy the movie again. That is Pacific Rim. Next up, this was a birthday present. It's Disney's newest film, and that is Raya and the Last Dragon. This is a great Disney movie that I recently watched on Disney Plus, that I hadn't watched when it came out. It's a very fun family movie. Awkwafina, who not a lot of people like. I don't particularly like her. Voices the dragon, and she's quite good in this film. I prefer her voice work rather than her presence on screen. This isn't very long, but a great Disney movie. Raya and the Last Dragon. Last two 4Ks. V for Vendetta. Brilliant comic book movie. Natalie Portman. I forget. Hugo Weaving. And it also stars the War Doctor, John Hurt. Great comic book movie. Excited to see what the full 4K upgrade looks like. 2 hours and 12 minutes. Really enjoying. Looking forward to watching it again. And the last pickup for this video is another childhood favourite of mine. Probably my second favourite childhood movie. And that is the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. One of the newest 4K releases. Gene Wilder was fantastic as Willy Wonka. When this movie first came out, I believe it was in the 70s. Yeah, 1971. It didn't do well at all in the box office. It's only later down the line, since Tim Burton's remake with Johnny Depp came out, this movie started to get a massive cult following. I do enjoy Tim Burton's remake with Johnny Depp. I think Johnny Depp was great as Willy Wonka, but this will always be the classic and the best version of Willy Wonka and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This is so much fun, and I'm really, really excited to see what the 4K looks like. So that's it, guys. That is everything that I got gifted or bought after my birthday or for my birthday. Thank you so much for sitting here and watching this video. I really do appreciate it. The next video will be my updated Blu-ray collection because quite a few people have requested it. So look forward to that. I'll catch you guys in that video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.